We're Angelo and Ylsa, a couple of out-of-work theater producers from Western New York, wandering around the South aimlessly with our 3 children in a 15-year-old shuttle bus. Subscribe and join us and our Inspire engine and see what adventures may lie ahead.
Biloxi.
There's a hard rock cafe.
We're in Biloxi, Mississippi. Oh yeah, the big giant guitar.
Oh, look how pretty that is.
It's all Christmassy,
I really
even though it's like
There's a
70
huge
degrees.
Hard rock. Hard rock casino.
Oh wow.
Oh my goodness, that's a big guitar.
Well, Mississippi is the birthplace of American music, apparently.
One of the hard rocks would be really fun. Whenever we get parked.
You guys, we're in Biloxi, Mississippi. There's palm trees again.
By the ocean.
Because people care enough to plant palm trees by the ocean. Oh, beautiful. Ferry. Are we still in Biloxi?
No, we're in Gulfport.
Oh, Gulfport.
What is that? It's lit up so nice. Like a hospital or something.
Oh, it's a casino.
Holy cow.
So, we're in a Walmart parking lot, but that's Walmart, and that's the ocean. Pretty cool. The ocean, the Gulf of Mexico. Never been to the Gulf of Mexico. Didn't know I'd ever be at the Gulf of Mexico. This is awesome. I am so excited. Ylsa's making dinner tonight, and she's making steaks. My favorite New York strip steak.
Probably a lot of steak here.
It is a lot of steak for our family.
Uh-oh. Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Is that all? We only brought enough to do this once. Maybe you should go inside and buy some more steak seasoning. Montreal steak seasoning is awesome.
And it would be very easy to go inside and buy some more steak seasoning because we're making dinner in a Walmart parking lot.
But the Walmart parking lot is right across from the beach.
Yes. I did tell them that earlier.
So cool. I mean, you can't see it right now, but it's there.
And we could either camp here tonight and then go to the beach tomorrow, or we can drive across the street and find a spot to camp right on the beach.
We're going to try to camp right on the beach.
After dinner.
We don't know that we'll get kicked out. There might be signs that say overnight parking, but I don't think there are. So we might take our chances parking on little parking lot access to the beach. And wake up looking at the ocean.
Firing up the grill.
The stove.
Stove, yeah, it's the stove.
We might need a lid for the cast iron. This butter is kind of a rip-off. I just opened it. It's only like half full.
You snuck and ate a bunch while we weren't looking, didn't you?
Yes.
Just spoonfuls of butter.
So these are going in.
Are you excited about dinner?
I already had my dinner.
Oh,
I had popcorn chicken,
okay.
which was very good.
I don't know how to make any of the fans.
You push the button. Oh, you gotta plug them into the USB ports behind the TV. Logie, are you excited about having steak dinner?
Yeah, and Popeyes.
We're not having Popeyes.
I like to saute onions in with the steak. I like to wait until the steaks are about 2/3 of the way done. It's hard to tell though, because I haven't cooked in here before, so this is my virgin journey cooking. But I like them to be kind of cooking with the steak, because the steak flavors them really nice. Yeah, see, these guys they're pretty rare still.
That's how I like them.
That's probably about when I would put the onions in, because I like the onions to be sort of crunchy and just lightly flavored by the steak juices. There's not enough space, huh? Can you see me?
Yes.
So Angela likes the steaks rare.
Mooing.
And I used to like them rare, but now I like them a little more well done. Actually, I just eat whatever. I like everything. But you can tell, I don't know if you know this trick, but you touch the steak to see the consistency, and you can compare it to your hand. So the squishiest part of your hand over here is kind of like what a rare steak would be. He likes his even softer than this. And if you touch over here, that's real firm. That's like a well done steak. So you can touch it and you can see. So this one is pretty rare still, like really rare. This one is as well. We got one out already. How's that one that you took out? Is it good?
This one, I haven't cut into it, but it seems medium.
But that's our lighting situation in here isn't great, except when Angela has the camera on, which is assaulting me with bright light. But when you're cooking in that kind of environment, or if you're camping outside and you can't see, even with a flashlight it can be hard to tell. You can do that by feeling it. And with steaks, it's okay if you don't cook it all the way up to 158 degrees. That's important if you're doing ground beef. But steaks are a safer meat to cook and not worry about raw meat in the middle. So it is okay to do steaks and have them rare. And in here is broccoli, which I think is done. Is that really boring what I just said?
No.
Or you can cook with a headlamp and look really dorky. I feel like really official wearing these.
All right.
I've got a lunar eclipse or something. So if the button is down, you can open it, or up?
This is medium well.
That one is? Okay.
Mhm.
These can probably come off, I think, now. See?
Morning, everybody. What's up?
Is it kind of cool to be waking up on the beach?
Yes. And it's nice to be living on the beach. We just
There's
got
a
here.
crane out there.
Crane. Big crane. That looks like
Morning,
that was
Mommy.
a pelican. Pelican. But that is a pelican.
That's the ocean.
That's not a pelican, that's a
Off of
snake.
Mexico. How'd you like waking up on the beach?
Pretty cool. I was nervous we were going to have a ticket. And then there's cops over there.
Yeah, but no ticket.
The cops are going to arrest us.
go. Got it? Maybe just try throwing it, Kachi. Oh, that bird tried to take it, the whole thing. Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful. I love how brave the cranes are down here. You never see a blue heron this close up in New York. He's looking at us like, what are you doing? You're getting too close, man. He's like, you're getting too close. Beautiful. This might be one of my favorite places.
Oh yeah, it's really cool. I'm sad that it's so foggy though. It's so beautiful this morning.
We just spent the whole day just lounging at the beach. We woke up in our beachfront house. We just spent the whole day just lounging. It was wonderful.
I was cold though. I need hot beach weather.
Yeah,
I want to swim.
me too. Yeah. It's nice to be driving during the day, actually. Like I'm looking at us on the camera and I'm like, oh, you can see us. It's not all dark and grainy.
Well, we didn't get a lot of footage of the road, the scenic Highway 90 that we were on last night because it was dark. And then today we didn't get very much because it's very foggy.
Yeah.
And except for this morning when we woke up, the sun was out for a little bit. The kids played on the beach. That was really nice. And we kind of just hung out for a few hours right at the beach. And when we woke up, there were police cars surrounding the parking lot, and I was like, uh-oh, are we in trouble?
Yeah.
And there was a guy kind of walking, running in front of police cars with flashing lights on. They were picking cones up out of the road. And I thought, what the heck's going on here? Well, we talked to some people on the beach, and we said we were nervous about spending the night here. We saw these cop cars, and they didn't bother us. And they told us that they had a race, a marathon, or some kind of race that went right through there. So all of those beach accesses were blocked off with cones. You couldn't go through there. So we slept through an entire marathon. We were blocked in.
They ran right by us while we were sleeping
We didn't even know.
in our little beachfront home.
We just saw the last guy, bless his heart. He was the last one. He had the flashing lights right behind him, picking up the cones. And I thought, well, I'd hate to be that guy and it's the last one of the race. But he was trucking along. He was going to finish.
Yeah.
So that's why the police were there. And no one seemed to mind that we were there. A lot of people saw us. And no one said, hey, you can't be here.
Nobody knocked. Nobody called the police.
So that was a great spot. It was a little creepy last night. There were a lot of cars parked there. People sitting in their cars and not really sure what they were doing. And you can guess maybe what I think they were doing. There were some people playing really loud music.
There's a lot of casinos right nearby too.
Yeah, so there was
So
some
who
stuff that
knows?
seemed maybe was a little shady, maybe it wasn't, I don't know. But we had a good time there. We were locked up tight in our bus, safe and sound. And we found that place by looking on freecampsites.net. But that site that they suggested was further down, and it was just a little tiny pull-off, like a shoulder on the highway. And it didn't feel very safe. There was a porta potty there, but it just didn't feel safe. And there was a lot
it
of
was
little
literally
pull-offs,
just a little shoulder pull off.
like your feet away from the cars going by you.
Sometimes inches.
Yes. So that, maybe for the brave, you might want to try that, but we did not. So we drove up and down the beach for a while looking for different pull-offs, and that's how we found that parking lot. So we were a good 50 feet away with the big cement barrier between us and the highway.
Yep.
Right on the beach. There was a little curb, and then it was beach right there.
Yep.
So the kids got up this morning and came outside and ran right to the seagulls. They love chasing and feeding the birds. It's so funny.
We saw some, I think, blue herons. We thought they were cranes because there's blue herons up in New York where we're from. We assumed that it must be a different bird, but it looked the same. And this Google imaging, it looked like there were blue herons right there on the beach. Beautiful birds.
Cool. So there's a lot of blue herons and there's a lot of waffle houses. There's
Waffle House on every corner. It's like Starbucks for us.
They're everywhere. So we are going to submit a new campsite to freecampsites.net because I think the place we were is a perfect spot.
Perfect spot.
I think other people can. It's dry camping. There was not a porta potty there, but if you drive down, maybe 100 yards or something, there's another little pull-off where there was a porta potty.
Yeah, there's porta potties all up and down the beachfront. So even if you don't camp right near one, it's not far to get to one if you need it. We have, of course, our own little porta potty, which is working out pretty well.
Yeah, it's convenient. It's nice.
We have a little Thetford porta potty. I'll put a link in the description so you can see, maybe get one if you need one. It's not ideal because we just set it up in the middle of our kitchen and kind of pull a curtain across if we need privacy. And it's a very small space, so it's like we're all just in the bathroom with whoever's using it.
Which is okay if you're traveling with your family, but if you brought a friend along, you might want to, have a more private situation. Or use the porta potties. But any kind of free campsite that has any sort of bathroom facility is awesome. That's always a real plus when you're looking for free campsites. And a lot of them do have some kind of facility. Even if it's just an outhouse, which when you're desperate, that'll work.
Yep. I still think the coolest was Barrington County Park with flushing toilets and showers, hot showers.
In Georgia, I couldn't believe they had hot showers. Now, luckily we were warned, right as we were getting in, another camper came in and said, watch out, the water runs out really fast. So they don't have a continuous water heater, so the water runs out and it goes from nice and hot to very cold very quickly. But I guess, it's good to not waste water, especially when you're getting it for free.
Yeah. We'll put a link to our visit to Barrington County Park in the description too, so you can check that out.
if you're just joining us on this part of our journey.
That place was awesome. A lot of these places we've stopped, they're stops. They're kind of just a brief visit. But Barrington, I think I would consider being a destination. Like specifically travel to go there and spend a week. I think the limit there is 7 days.
Yep, 7 days. Where are we headed now?
We are NOLA bound.
NOLA bound.
New Orleans, Louisiana.
The birthplace of jazz.
And also the birthplace of Louis Armstrong.
Louis Armstrong.
Louis Prima.
Louis Prima. If you don't know who Louis Prima is, I'm sorry. You're missing out. Louis Prima is awesome. One of my idols.
Yes.
We're gonna go find his birthplace. I don't think there's like the house that he was born in, I don't think that's still there. It's 110 years ago. But we're gonna go find the spot. I think there's a historical landmarker there.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, me too. I think that's what I'm most excited about.
Raya thinks that's kind of cool too, because she knows who Louis Prima is. But seriously, if you do not know who Louis Prima is,
look him up.
Look up his music. It's really, really fun, especially if you're into jazz or swing.
Or even just rock and roll.
Yeah. Exciting music. Angela and I sing some of his songs.
Mm-hmm. And he does a lot of songs that you've heard before, but he does them his way. Like, you know, Louis Armstrong does Pennies from Heaven, so does Louis Prima, so does Ella Fitzgerald. So, you know, there's so many different people who do the same, you know, jazz standards. But when you listen to Louis Prima's version of it, it's always like almost funny. Like he adds a sense of humor to his music.
Like, the guy's off the wall. Are all, I mean, they were a show band. They performed. You can almost hear the excitement though in the music. You don't even have to see it to know how exciting it is.
Yeah, but if you can find videos of them performing too, that's quite a show in and of itself. So much. It's just you just gotta check it out. If you like upbeat jazz, check it out. Another bridge.
We like bridges.
Used to hate bridges.
Well, I still hate bridges. And it's a little scary.
It is scary, but it's... I think you're more likely to get into a plane crash than to die on a bridge.
Oh, don't say that. I'm terrified of planes too.
Actually, I think it's the other way around. You're more likely to die, more likely to die in a car accident than to die in a plane crash.
Okay, that's not a good thing.
But statistically, how many car accidents are caused by bridges? We are nervous. We've never camped in a city, like in a city, a major city. And we have bikes and a generator and a gas can and a tire and all these things strapped to the back porch of our bus. So we're nervous about parking and leaving our home unattended in a city.
Yeah. And we're kind of nervous just about trying, like, dry camp in the city. We don't think there's a lot of places to do that.
Yeah, there's probably no place to park for free. It's probably cheaper to get a hotel room than to just try to park all day every day.
So we started saying, you know, it'd be great to get a hotel room. And then we started Googling and we found some good rates. And we started thinking how nice it'll be to take a shower. Well, I'm going to take a bath.
A real bath?
So
you get soaked in the tub?
We started calling the hotels, and that was one of my prerequisites. I said, in order of importance, I want a bathtub, parking area, and a pool. Well, we found
Secure parking area.
Secure parking area. All the parking is very expensive, though, we discovered. It's between $25 and $60 a night per vehicle to park in any of the lots down there. Unless you're paying for like one of the $500 a night hotels, then you get, some of those have free parking. Not even those all have free parking.
Yeah, but to pay $50 for 2 days of keeping our home in a secure surveillance area, like that's a really nice peace of mind for me. So, so then we can park our vehicle there, stay at the hotel, and then walk around the French Quarter, see if there's like some unique.
Is the hotel right in the French Quarter?
Yeah.
So that was.
It's like across the street from the Louis Armstrong Park.
Yeah, so we'll definitely be doing that. We're planning to just walk everywhere that we want to check out. There's some neat museums, some cool voodoo stuff that I'm pretty interested in seeing. we don't have the ability to really drive around and check things out, so we thought it would be important to not stay in the business district. We wanted to be right in the French Quarter. It's residential, it's got all the old history. Look at these pretty mosaic things there. I don't know what you call that.
Oh, the sign?
The little entryway to the bridge. What is the name of this bridge?
I think it's St. Louis Bay Bridge.
Yes, Bay St. Louis. We're NOLA bound. NOLA.
NOLA bound.
I want to watch videos about the spooky history of New Orleans. The kids are saying, no, no, they don't want to be scared. But I like that stuff. There's cool voodoo museums and all sorts of interesting things that may not be appropriate for children. So we're going to find the happy medium stuff to explore in New Orleans.
Check out this bridge that we're about to go over.
Across an awesome bridge. We're on
Oh,
the
wow.
90 West scenic route. We're about an hour away from New Orleans right now.
Super foggy.
Wow, look at this thing. Jeez, what is that over there?
Train bridge, maybe? I don't know.
Bay St. Louis.
We're usually pretty scared to go over bridges, but it's also really fun and exciting to go over big bridges like this. Oh wow, look at kind of winds.
Well, I'm nervous
See how it
because
curves?
I know they experienced a lot of damage from the most recent hurricane. We were driving down the scenic highway and a lot of the houses on that stretch had tarps on their roofs and they were doing repairs.
Yeah, there's a lot of rubble on the side of the road.
And a lot of the boardwalk all along the beaches was disheveled, the docks were ripped up. So I get nervous about that, like the structural integrity of the bridge. The hurricanes really do a lot of damage on the coast.
In New Orleans.
Yes! Yes! Yes!